and that. Denzel played receiver. That's one of the reasons we took Denzel Johnson. Nobody recruited him. But if he'll hang, he's kind of that Ryan Carter. If he'll hang in there, he'll be that fifth-year senior. Everybody's going to be going, hey, did you see Denzel Johnson turn out to be a good player like that? I'm going to say, yep. We love guys that bring that versatility, high IQ football players. You know, Isaiah Simmons, there's a lot you can do with that guy. Kayvon, a lot you can do with that guy. So love versatility anytime we can get it. Same thing in our offensive line. Look at all of our linemen. You need Taylor Hearn to go play left tackle? Okay, here you go. You need to play guard? Okay, here you go. I mean, we do that with all those guys, just a lot of versatility. And so we try to recruit as much of that as we can. Sometimes you just, Crowder's a guard. That's just what he is, And if you're just going to be one thing, you better be a good one thing. Otherwise, you limit your opportunity. But he's special at what he does. But we mostly try to get guys that bring a lot of versatility to the table.
Coach, Hugo was such a huge part of your national championship run the last 2 years. I know his surgery went well. How are his spirits?
He's good. He's a great leader. He's got a strong faith, and he'll take this and turn it into a positive. The surgery went really well. He was very fortunate because, it wasn't a complete reconstruction of the ACL. They basically because it was I don't know what it's called or how they explain it, but a lot of his ACL was still attached to the bone or whatever, so they just kind of had to repair it. I don't want to get into all the technicals because I don't know, but I just know they were really encouraged once they got in there, and it was kind of a rare type of ACL injury, but in a very positive way. So he's encouraged, and again got a strong faith and a great work ethic, and I'm just thankful that he's got another year, and this doesn't have to be the end of his career here.
Spence told us last week that he kind of accepted the fact that he might never play here, but never considered transferring just because he loved Clemson. You hate for it to happen that way, but it must be nice to see that rewarded.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and that's I love to see people get opportunity. Because especially guys that have put the work in. Alex has worked his tail off. I can't tell you. That's one of the things I have. I didn't know if he'd ever play either, but I have a great appreciation for Alex Spence. And I think I've told you all this. I can't tell you how many times I've looked outside or ridden by at night. The lights are on in the indoor, and there's just one guy out there kicking balls, going and getting his balls, coming back. He's just been a guy that kept working even though he may have never got an opportunity. And there's a lot to be said for that. There really is. There's a lot to be said for that. There's the old saying of, better to be prepared without an opportunity than to not be prepared with one. And I love when I see people continue to prepare and believe, even though maybe their circumstances don't really provide a lot of hope for them in that moment, but you still have the belief, you still continue to prepare. And I think Alex is the epitome of that. And, man, I'd love nothing more to see him, go on and have a great season for us. He's got the talent. He can do it. Just gotta keep plugging along. He'll have some growing pains, but he's prepared.
Your main events being what it is there a particular scheme or style that presents your defense more difficulty than others than offense?
No, they're all tough. They all present their own challenges from week to week, and we see it all. The triple option to spread to I formation. When you play Florida State, you're gonna see a little bit of everything through the course of our season, and they're all difficult. They all present big challenges, for sure.
Another kid that a lot of people question the offer to J.D. Davis was your leading tackler Saturday night at Virginia Tech. What have you seen out of him?
Yeah, isn't that awful? Some of the comments that young people have to put up with because of ignorance, people's own agendas. It's sad. It really is. And those people know who they are. Just judgmental. That's the world we live in, though. I've watched these guys grow up. They were my neighbors. I've watched them grow up. Sometimes you see things other people don't see. We don't have two better winners on this team than J.D. and Judah Davis, and they earned their opportunity here. Gray-shirted. They were a whole, I don't know why Jeff and Joni started them school early. I have no idea. I told them from when I first met them, I was like, why did y'all start school at, and but he's like, hey, when you got 6 kids, you get them in that school as quick as you can, $4 and you got 2 little twins, you better get their butt in school. So they were way ahead of themselves. Had those 2 guys been on the normal track, they would have been highly recruited as seniors, highly recruited. Because they were just developing guys, and I saw that. I mean, listen, I love Jeff Davis, but I like my job better, and but at the same time, I wanted them here because I thought that they would develop. And again, when you're putting a team together and you're putting a roster together, it's not just. I mean, you're not going to just go get Sammy Watkins. Everybody's not Sammy Watkins, where you just show up and open the box, no assembly required, bam, unbelievable player. That's just so not the case, But because of the recruiting and because of all the intensity of that and all that, everybody's got to be this unbelievable player as a freshman. Or what's wrong? Why isn't he playing? Well, maybe there's just better players in front of him right now, or he's just not quite ready. Dorian O'Daniel didn't hardly touch the field as a redshirt sophomore. 3rd year here. But as a 5th-year player, he might be as good a player as there is in the country. Now, why is that? Maybe because he just wasn't a very good player as a sophomore. He just needed to develop. Some guys it's mental, some guys it's physical. There's a combination. How come Vic Beasley never started a game here until his 4th year? Guy's the 8th pick in the draft. Why is that? How come he wasn't awesome as a freshman when he got here? Because he couldn't line up. We had to figure out what he was. He had to figure out what he was. And so J.D. and Judah are the epitome of that. Unbelievable work ethic. No shocker there. That's their DNA. And, man, J.D. and listen, Judah's in a little different spot and has got a little more depth in front of him. But Judah can play and would probably be starting for a lot of schools right now. And they're exactly what I hope they would be. They're great. They're starters on special teams. That's the other thing. Sometimes we talk around here and we create this mindset of well, y'all got me going today. I don't know how y'all got me going, but we create this mindset of, it's like I tell our guys this. People will say, oh, you play at Clemson? Yeah, I play at Clemson. What position you play? Well, I play receiver. Are you a starter? And they say no. And I'll be like, why do you say no? You start on special teams. Dang right you a starter. I was a starter at Alabama. I was the 2nd team wideout. I only played about 4 guys. I was pretty proud of that. All right? But I was a starter on special teams. So I was a starter on the national championship team. Old funky walk-on from Pelham, Alabama. And ain't nobody going to take that away from me. Earned it. And so I don't understand sometimes. That's why I tell our guys, I'm like, listen, hey, you might be a backup at linebacker, but you're a starter. You're a starter for Clemson. All right? And so it's a critical job. Judah starts on special teams. J.D., man, he was our 12th man award winner this week. Knows what to do. Very effective player. Some people may get mad because we got a guy that wasn't highly recruited that's playing. Yeah, whatever. Get mad. We're just trying to play the guys that earn it and deserve it, and we want to win. So not trying to make anybody happy. We want to win. And so, I love it. Not surprised at all. Sometimes you just got to keep your mouth shut and keep grinding, and you know what's coming. And then eventually those people go away.
Coach, you've often talked about preparing the members of your team for life after football, for a great life after their career is over. Do you address things like the Vegas shooting with them, and if so, how do you do that? How do you explain that to young people if that's something?
Yeah, we talk about everything in our program, there's a lot going on in this world. Every day for us is is a life teaching moment every single day. And the one thing I tell our guys, in my opinion, what the country wants, what a lot of people want in their life, we have right here. I see it every day. I see it every day. I see people that love each other. I see people that sometimes don't get along, but then they put their arms around each other. They may disagree, but they're not disagreeable. I see people who serve others. I see all kinds of different folks, backgrounds, colors. I come to work every day, and I see family. I see it, and that's what really everybody. That's what people want. They want love. They want respect. They want communication. They want family. That's what everybody wants. Sometimes they don't know how to articulate. They don't know how to quite get there. They get wrong things in their head, and next thing you know, it's just a bunch of noise. Everybody just screaming, and you can't hear nothing. But I know this. What my focus is what you just said, and that is building great men right here, keeping the main thing, and not getting distracted by a bunch of noise. But do what I know we're great at doing here, and that is equipping young people to go and kick butt in life. And that's how hopefully we can create great change with just one simple person, one small, simple team. But let's tell these guys, let's teach them, let's equip them, let's empower them, and let's teach them how to love, let's teach them how to serve, let's teach them how to care, let's teach them how to be great teammates, let's teach them how to disagree,